Good afternoon.
What is the Dolphins special teams? Are they a lot of aggressiveness? Is that sort of
They're a veteran savvy team. You know, a lot of guys on there to play a lot of football. Done a great job in this league playing football as well. So, a group that's been there, done that. They've seen a lot of different things. So, expect to see a really good challenge this Sunday.
Just to follow up on the personnel thing, like when you get a Mark Robinson
Yeah.
and a Corey Valentine in from like after when you're forming the practice squad, you elevate them.
Yeah.
Like, how much are you involved in like identifying those guys around the league, or is that more the personnel staff that says, "Hey, we know you need this. Here's, you know."
Yeah, I would say a lot of it, our personnel staff on that side of the ball, they do a great job, and then Vrabel does a great job in showing trust in those guys, and then we get them, and we already got a kind of understanding of what they can do, and we kind of develop them throughout the week or the 2 weeks that we got them, and then they're off and rolling.
After getting a look at the tape, what were some things in week one that you felt your unit did positively, and what were some things that maybe could be areas for improvement?
I just think, at the end of the day, I want us to create momentum for our special team, for our team. Like, I want to flip the field position, great field position, create positive momentum. That's our goal, and I don't think we did that consistently enough. So those would be some things that I really want to see our trying to do, like no penalties, right? Penalties kill drives, and just having that mindset of every play matters. It's a one-play perfection. We get out there, we get a fourth down, or it's a kickoff that, it's our chance to create positive momentum for the team. And I want to see us do that this Sunday or moving forward more consistently than we did this past Sunday. We started fast in the game, which is great. Andy, ended up making his field goals in the second half, which were great. Those things like that are positives, but can we do that, sustain that the entire game is what I want to see from our guys. And that just starts from me being more consistent with them, in terms of the game plan, make sure we got a good game plan in place, and then make sure they're ready to play, and then they go light it up on Sunday.
Mentioned Andy, what happened on the 40-yarder, and was that related to any other misses you saw from him this summer?
I just think, some misses are misses. There's a number of things that could go wrong on a miss, and Andy's done nothing but a great job. He came back in those next few field goals, knocked him down, and sometimes you just might miss hit it and put the foot in the wrong place or toe in the wrong place, or you get a bad angle on it and you just miss it, and that's sometimes what happens with certain guys. I think with him it's just always going to be can we get the consistency, and that's what we're looking for out of him, and he's working at it and doing a great job, and I expect him to move that going forward.
So was it the angle or the miss hit? Like, what happened on the 40-yarder?
Yeah, just a bad foot placement. That's about it. Sometimes the little thing, like when you hit a golf ball a little bit to the left right there, it goes to the woods or whatnot, and that's kind of what happens.
Was that your message to him, that it was just a miss hit, like go back, kind of bounce back?
Yeah. With those guys, I mean, they're, you make a mistake in a game as a kicker or specialist, it's a lot more magnified because you only get one play out there. So for those guys, man, during the game, I don't really talk to them. I let them do their thing, go back, regroup. You're gonna be fine. Like, it's not the first time in his career he's missed a field goal, right? So, and then we'll talk about it, on Sunday, Monday, or on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and correct some things throughout practice, and just making sure that I'm doing a great job throughout the week, instilling confidence in him so that he's ready to go on Sunday.
Not to broad brush it, but were there some of those same aspects in the play when Bryce had that punt in the fourth quarter? He did have some good ones earlier in the game.
Yeah. And like I said, that's the consistency I talked about earlier, was just like from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, right? You start a game good, and then you end the game poor. How can we build that consistency as a unit? Every player, coach as well. Like, can I call plays the right way? Can I make sure I put our guys in the right assignment, alignment, and execution in the fourth quarter than I did in the first quarter? It's the same thing with our punter, same thing with our kicker. Poor punt in the fourth quarter. Hey, man, this is how we started the game. This is how we finished. How can we get better? And how can we practice that throughout the week and make sure you're ready to go when that happens again?
How do you feel about your depth at the jammer spot?
I feel fine. I feel fine. We're getting guys ready, developing them, and as the season progresses, they'll continue to get better, and we'll be just fine there.
How closely, Jeremy, you guys been watching the kicking games or the kickoffs in particular? It seems like a lot more returns in week one.
Yeah.
Do you have to study all those to see what teams are trying to do, or is the strategy still the same? There's just more of them now?
I said that. I talked about that last week. We always, and I think it's around the league the same thing. Everyone kind of looks at it, what everyone's doing. So I check out all the kick returns from this past week, and a lot more returns, as you know, 35-yard line, and you want to return it now, and you want to try to get past it. So it's really good to see around the league what teams are doing, because now you're seeing so many of them, not just touchbacks. So you're kind of getting a wide range of, all right, these 4 teams are doing this, these 5 teams are doing this. What's really working at the end of the day for certain teams, and then as the season progresses, by week 6, 7. I think you'll see teams kind of settle into what they're really good at and what they want to do for the rest of the year.
Jeremy, I know you told us last year, forgive me if some of this is, imprecise, but you would get ahead on the next opponent this week. And so next week, obviously, would be the Steelers. Are you still doing the same process, or if not, how's that changed?
Same thing. I mean, you just got to stay on your routine. And now that we're in week 2 right now, it's like, all right, I kind of know what the week's like and what days I can do what and when I can start working on the next opponent. And I'll do the same thing. It's my process. It's the way I have to do things. So mentally, I can get, fixated into next week when the time comes.
With Joe Cardona, we'll see him this weekend, and Julian being there, sort of timely to just ask you, how's Julian doing in the transition?
Yeah. Julian's doing a great job, man. He's working at it. He's showing up every day in a positive attitude, and we've done a lot with him, a lot of work with him throughout since OTAs, and he's continuing to progress, and that's where we want him to be right now. And he's not going to be perfect every single time, but I'm not either, right? So we got to continue to get better and have that growth mindset. And I think he has that, and if he can continue to do that, stay strong, and learn the system and understand what he's getting week to week, I think he'll be just fine.
You mentioned earlier Andy just bouncing back from the missed kick last week. How much do you think it helps that even as a rookie he's able to go to a stadium that he's so familiar with?
I think that's great. I mean, for those guys, I think they just understand the stadium. They feel more confident. So I think it's going to be a good thing for him to go home. Homecoming for him. He kicked a lot of field goals in that stadium. So I expect him to be locked in and understand what's going to take to make a field goal in that situation, whether it's a 50-yarder or it's a 35-yarder or a game winner. So I'm excited to see how he progresses from week 1, week 2 in Miami.
Yeah, I know you and Tom are the 2 coaches. Is there a third that helps you out from time to time?
Coach Vrabel. Yeah, Vrabel's heavily involved, man. I mean, Vrabel can coach special teams. I'll tell you that much. He can do it all. So if I wasn't here, he'd be just fine. His hands all in on that and rocking and rolling. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.